Okay, welcome back to the channel. This is where we talk about everything you need to build a six-figure online fitness business, nothing else. And what we're going to go through today is my model of how to turn £100 into £1,000 worth of online coaching. Now, you may think, well, can I not just do this for free? Yeah, of fucking course you can. But sometimes people pay to make things easier and make things go faster. So for those of you that are willing to invest a little bit more money into growing your business and not just time, or if you're a personal trainer that has more money than time because you're doing lots of sessions on the gym floor, this will be a game changer for you, okay? I'm gonna go through exactly where I would invest this money on a daily basis in order to turn this into a money printing machine, all right? So first of all, £100 budget, okay? I'm going to walk you through exactly how we're going to break this down. So to generate a £1,000 coaching client, okay, we need leads. We need a way of converting those leads. And then we need to close. Okay, so in this situation, I'm talking about generating new leads of people that could be interested in our coaching program. I'm going to talk about conversions, so taking those leads and booking them onto consultation calls. And then number 3, I'm going to talk about closing those deals. All right, so stage 1, leads. This is where a lot of the actual budget is going to go. Okay, I'm going to spend £60 a day and I'm going to use this on engagement ads. Okay, so I'm going to set up an ad, all right, that drives new followers to my Instagram page for around about £1 a follower. Now, if you get good at this process, we've seen anything from 30p to 50p per follower. If you're in the States, 30 cents to 50 cents to get one follower onto your page, okay? So getting the content right on these can be amazing. If you optimize this correctly, you can absolutely get 100 new followers onto your page for just £60, okay? So that's what I'm gonna try and achieve here. I'm gonna try and get 100 followers for £60. That's going to give me the leads that I need to speak to, okay? Secondly, I'm then going to take £40 of this investment, all right? And I'm going to invest it in getting a virtual assistant to chat to all the new leads on my account for 8 hours a day. So £40, 8 hours, £5 an hour. I'm going to use that to chat to every single one of these 100 followers, okay? And I'm going to walk them through a DM process. Now, that DM process, if you're not sure what it is, you're not sure how to do it, join our free academy. I'll literally break down everything that you need to say and do in order to book calls through chat. The problem is doing that for 100 people a day can get quite time consuming if you're doing other things, or you're quite inconsistent because you run in other areas of the business. Then you kind of just need to get someone else to take it off your hands. And then stage 3, we're going to book consultation calls and we're going to close, okay? Now, the way I'm going to make sure that I turn that £100 into £1,000 is I'm going to do 2 things. So I'm going to have a £1,000 coaching program for 3 to 4 months. If you're a good coach with good experience, you can quite easily get that. If you're not a good coach with good experience, unfortunately, this system is probably not going to work very well for you to start with because you need to get used to charging more money. You might turn £100 into £300 or £400, which is still great. All right, but obviously the video is turning £100 into £1,000. You need to get good at closing £1,000 deals. But the way I would make sure I get my £1,000 is I would do buy now, pay later. Okay, so this is something that a lot of people sleep on. Klarna in the UK or Affirm in the US, if you're using Stripe to take your payment, you'll be able to enable this feature, which will allow you to collect all of the cash for your program on day 1. So instead of having to do monthly payment plans or spread payments out, you use the buy now, pay later feature. It takes a small percentage, I think it's like 5% of the total value, okay? But you get paid day 1, and then the client pays Klarna or Affirm or whatever other provider that you use over a series of months from there on, which means that on day 1 of this process, if you get this right, you can spend £100 and you collect £1,000, which then negates any problems. The problem is if you only spend £100 and you only collect 250 quid month 1, 250 quid month 2, you're actually not making that much money in the first 30 days, which can be a problem. Okay, we want to make sure that we're profitable and we've got money in the bank. Okay, so this is how it kind of breaks down. We've got 100 leads. Okay, if we message all of those 100 leads, we would expect anywhere between 3 and 5 of those to book a call. Okay, let's take the lower number, 3 book a call. Now, only 2 of those are going to show up. out of the 2 calls, you're going to close 1. That's kind of standard 1% conversion. Now, this could be slightly better. You could book 5, 4 could show, and you could close 2, which would be amazing. That'd be turning £100 into £2,000. But for the purposes of this, I'm just going to give you the low end numbers so you kind of know what to expect. 100 leads would lead to 3 to 5 bookings. We're going to take 3 here. 2 of those show up, and then 1 of them we close at £1,000. Now, the trick to scaling is to just do that more frequently. People think they need to do something magic, like launch a new funnel, do anything crazy, launch a different program, high ticket, low ticket. No, what you do is you get this to work once. Then you get it to work every single day, which then means you'd be doing this every single day. So you'd be spending 3,000, but you'd be making 30,000. And guess what you can do here? If this works again, you can just double the amount that you spend in a day. So you can have 16 hours of coverage on your account and you can spend £200, okay? Again, this will kind of develop. I see this start to taper out in around the 40 to 50k range because the outbound on your account, you just can't do anymore. You can't outbound 200 people and it starts to become less and less effective. But to be fair, if you're over that point, you've got the money to move into a more expensive funnel. Maybe you're going to get people to book directly, which will cost you a little bit more. Or maybe you're going to get people to opt in for a lead magnet, which will probably cost you more like £3 to £5 as opposed to about £1 for a follower. But the world's your oyster at that point because you're making money. But if I was looking at growing a coaching business the fastest way possible, this is what I would do. Now, you're going to need a few things here to make this work. First of all, you're going to need to know how to make the ads. Now, the ad setup is quite simple, but the content you just need to get right. If you don't know what to do for that, again, make sure you join my free academy. The second thing you're going to need to know is how to actually get the conversations going and how to make that work. And the third thing is you're going to need some sales training on how to actually close those deals. All of that is in my academy. Okay, that's all that you need to do. So click the link below, join the academy. You can set up this process for yourself, start generating business tomorrow. Okay, hopefully that was helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. We'll see you next time.